Another mini device recently came out, and of course, it somehow magically made its way into my house and into my hands. Hi, my name is Amy Vishwanatha, and you are watching Techie Housewife. Anbernic's RG35XX is almost another MiyooMini, or MiyooMini, however you decide to say it.
I've heard it both ways.
Except for the size, it's just slightly larger. And it also comes with a custom Linux operating system built for the RG35XX. So it's not using Emulation Station or Android or anything like that. And that actually made it pretty closed off. Well, closed off at first. I have seen recently where some people have been able to actually install Garlic OS on this. And honestly, we all knew it was just a matter of time, right? So when it was time to pre-order this, we did pick the transparent purple, which is what we did want with the MiyooMini, except they were all sold out and we basically got what we could at the time for that. But this time, when the pre-orders came out, we jumped on it and we got the color we wanted. Now I am very curious as to how this stands up to MiyooMini, how it compares basically to MiyooMini, as that is my most favorite on-the-go mini emulation handheld. And I am not the only one who felt that way, because there were so many people that bought like 2 and 3 of these, and that's another reason why we probably couldn't get our hands on the color we wanted. And they were so hard to get after a while. It was really difficult to find them, and they became more expensive because of that. Another thing this has going for it is its great price point. This actually is lower than the cost of the MiyooMini when it came out. We bought this directly from Anbernic for $50 plus shipping, and it took about 2 weeks to arrive. The packaging was really good, and it was so good, and I was so surprised at how good it was that I actually took pictures. I really think this was the best packaged handheld that I've ever received so far. I'm talking out of all of them. Anbernic's RG35XX is currently available for $55 on the Anbernic site, and I will leave that link down below in the description. It does come in 3 different colors. As you can see, we have gray, transparent white, and transparent purple, which that is what we got. Why don't we just get this open and have a look at it? So will Anbernic's RG35XX knock MiyooMini out of first place? Okay, here we are. It comes in a pretty plain box. Not a whole lot of information on the outside of this box. I know I've said it before, but I really like how Anbernic packages their handhelds inside the box. The box is pretty sturdy, and it comes with this foam cover over top, and I really like that. And there it is. That is so cool looking. I absolutely love the look of this thing. It actually does not feel as cheap as I thought it was going to. The materials feel pretty good. Plastic is pretty sturdy. It's not caving in at all. There's no give on it. So it feels really good. Good quality material. Open the box. Here we have a screen protector. We have the wipes for the screen protector, and usually the wet one is pretty dry when we get these. I'm not sure what's up with that. And then we have our little instruction manual, which is pretty cute there. And I'm sure this is the cable. Here, let's open that up. Yep, our USB-C cable. So we've already talked about the color. We have gray, transparent white, transparent purple. We have a 3.5-inch IPS full viewing angle screen, and that has the OCA full lamination as well. We have the 640 by 480 there, And the CPU is quad-core ARM Cortex A9. The GPU is quad-core PowerVR SGX 544MP GPU. For RAM, we have DDR3 256 megs, and it comes with 64 gigs of storage with the micro SD card there. The system is Linux, as I mentioned earlier. It supports all the way up to PS1. That's pretty awesome. It pretty much does everything up to PS1. The basics of what we're used to, it's specifically made for this, just like MiyooMini was specifically made for the same thing. It's really going to emulate all these devices really well. And just to name a couple, we have PS1, we have Neo Geo, we have Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Game Boy, Super Famicom, MAME, Mega Drive, I mean, you name it, it's there pretty much up until PS1. And the language, Chinese, English, Japanese, Korean, and Spanish. We have that high fidelity front speaker, which I'm hoping is good. And we have the dual card slots for expansion. And for the battery, we have 2100 mAh, supposed to last up to 5 hours. I have heard people mention that continually playing PS1, they have gotten up to 4 hours. It sounds like it could hit that 5-hour mark. So let's just take a look at this here on the front. We have the listen to that. We have the trusty D-pad, which feels pretty good. One thing you do know from Anbernic is their D-pads are usually pretty great, and I'm hoping that is the same for this. We have our buttons over here. They feel pretty good. We have select and start and menu button, and I love the sounds. It looks like it's on 10. Does that mean it's full? Yeah, so that is, I don't know if you can hear that. That is full sound. So on the left side, we have the volume up, down. On the right side, we have the 2 SD card slots. We have a reset button. We have a power button. And on the bottom, we have our USB-C port, as well as a 3.5 headphone jack. And then on the top, of course, we have the HD slot there. We have the shoulder buttons here, and as you see, R1 and L1 are a little bit wider. L2 and R2 are the skinnier ones. And they feel pretty good actually, just holding it like this. And I already feel a significant difference with the larger device in my hand. The size of MiyooMini doesn't bother me like it does some people because my hands are smaller, but I do feel how much more comfortable this does feel being in my hands. This is actually great for giving bigger hands a more comfortable gameplay by feeling less cramped. And like I said, I'm still good with MiyooMini's size, but my hubby may enjoy this a bit more, and maybe he will stop stealing my MiyooMini now. This is a funny thought, but it almost feels like MiyooMini and RG351V had a child, and this here was the result. And it's a pretty good result if you ask me. So let me get this up and playing, and let's see what we got here. Well, let's go to settings first. Let's see what we have. So it does seem to have a lot of settings here. When comparing to other devices, it's not really that much, and it's not as customizable, it looks like, as other operating systems like Emulation Station, for example. Let's just go here to theme settings, for example, and see what we can do there. Oh, let's see, that's cool. I do like that change there. That's pretty nice. Just nice little differences here. Ooh, that's pretty cool too. I think I like that one best so far. Cute, but I'm not into Angry Birds. It's kind of classy looking, I guess, for the person who may want that. That's not bad, but I'm going to go back up to this one here. I really like it. So I'm going to change to that one. And let's see, what is the background setting here? Okay, you can change the background image. We can, ooh, I like that. But I think the first image we have here is probably the best. Let's go back. And of course you have language settings, as I mentioned earlier. And you can schedule power off, just a few things like that. And of course shutdown is there as well. Okay, now we have our new look. Let's go to the game rooms. So since we have PS1 right up here, let's go play a couple of these games and see just how well it works with this. And this would be a good one to test. Tekken 3. For me, the button placement feels good. I love, it's kind of a slick, rubbery feel. It's really hard to explain. Look, you see how shiny they are? And they're really smooth, but at the same time feel slightly rubbery. So I really like that. That's nice. And how everything is spaced out, I like it. Super, super comfortable for me. Let's see how this goes. So far, it's responding very well. I feel that there's not really any lag or anything there. Very responsive. I'm testing the D-pad here. The D-pad feels slightly different than other Anbernic devices, and here I am starting to get my hind end kicked. But there we go. But it's very playable. It feels good. It has nice tension. And I don't think it's as great as other devices, and that could be just because of the build of the case. I'm not sure. But everything it's playing really well. I'm very happy so far with the experience just at that one session there. So one thing I haven't mentioned so far is on the onset, you have so many games at your fingertips right away. You just open it and start playing. That is awesome. And here we go. There we go. Well, the trigger changed the view for you. You can have first person or third person view on it. I'm curious though, where's the break? Woo! I actually drive way better than this in real life. So you can see as soon as I hit the D-pad left or right that we are moving. So look how good that looks as well. It looks, I hope you can see this on the screen. That works great. So I do think this is awesome for fighting games. The Tekken was so fun, and we have Marvel versus Capcom here. That will be so much fun. And then you have the Mortal Kombat, of course. And so if you really enjoy fighting games, this is so much fun. You're going to love it. And you're going to love the size of this as well, I think. If you go to Neo Geo, there's so many fighting games. The King of Fighters. Oh, Metal Slug. We have to do Metal Slug. Here we go. Our mission 1 is starting. I think I ran out. Look how good it looks. Oopsie. This looks so good. Well, let's check out the viewing angles actually, now that I keep holding it towards myself. That looks really good. The viewing angles are... You can see exactly what's going on from the sides. I hope you can see that. Yeah. Very, very good. I mean, is it the best screen ever? No, but it looks great for what this is. Let's play an NES game here. So much fun. And I love these old games. That's the reason we play. And another one of my favorites, this is on, it says SNES, but it shows Famicom. Aladdin, look at that. Looks beautiful. I want to go get those diamonds. I love these buttons and I love that feel. It's so comfortable. It's such a nice feel on your finger or your thumb. And the D-pad is pretty good and it plays just as well as you expect it to play. This is what these devices were made for. And they're more than capable of playing up to PS1. I've had no problem with any game I've played so far. Everything is played well. It doesn't look like it has struggled one bit in anything I have played. I want to take a look here comparing these two because when you see this, you automatically think of MiyooMini. MiyooMini has been all the rage, and when I pick it up, the quality of the MiyooMini is just excellent. And this is very good quality as well for the RG35XX. But that's excellent quality, and this is really great quality, I guess, if I had to put a name on them. So first thing you notice is the size, and we basically have pretty much the same setup here. So we do have the bottom front facing speaker, we have start select, we have menu, and of course we have the buttons and the D-pad. Well, the setup is exactly the same on the front, but you can see the difference in the layout, how much it's more spaced out on the RG35XX compared to the MiyooMini, which the MiyooMini is meant to be a super mini handheld emulation device that you can take anywhere. Literally, this thing fits anywhere, and it's pretty sturdy, so you don't really have to worry about anything breaking on it. So I think MiyooMini nailed that super small size. But then we had people complaining that maybe it was just a little too small. But that didn't stop everybody from buying them all up, and people still cannot get their hands on some of them. If you look at these side by side, look at the screen difference. And I do like that you have that big screen here. It feels so big compared to the MiyooMini. And the buttons on the MiyooMini have a similar feel. I will say that the D-pad, I really like the D-pad on the MiyooMini compared to the D-pad on the RG35XX. That's just because you could see there's a little slope here where your thumb fits inside, and you can do the angles where it still works, but it's a bit stiffer, which some people do like that in their D-pad. But overall, the main difference I feel is the size. Well, let's check the sound. One thing I will say, MiyooMini has an excellent speaker. The sound just comes out so bright and not muffled at all. It's very sharp and clear. And it has, I mean, it's just, you can hear the difference. Now let me turn that down. And right now, let me see. That's as loud as we can go on the RG35XX. And also, it sounds a little more muffled. That clear, sharp sound is not there. So the sound is a lot better on the MiyooMini, but let's face it, when you're on the go, you have a device, you're not going to play this where everybody can hear. Chances are you're probably having headphones with this. If not, you have the sound turned off because you do not want to bother other people. So I don't know that that makes a huge difference, but I love the brightness of the sound on the MiyooMini compared to the RG35XX. Yeah, basically we have pretty much the same makeup here. We have the USB slot here, the SD card slot, and the headphone jack right there. And of course the SD card slots are on the side here. We have two of them, which is nice. It's nice that the device is big enough for that. And as you can see, we have the headphone jack and the USB-C. as well on the bottom here. They are so similar, almost exactly alike, except for the size. It's like if you take MiyooMini and RG351V and put them together and they had a kid, this would be the result. A pretty awesome device, which I think it does almost have an edge over MiyooMini, especially for those who have bigger hands. I think this really gives competition due to its slightly larger size. And here are all three side by side. I just wanted to throw the 351V in here so you could just see that the RG35XX is just right in the middle. So if this is too big and this is too small, this could be just right for people who have larger hands, I'm sure. It's a great device. $50 is an excellent price for this. I think you will not be disappointed if you do pick this up for that. So this is definitely a great handheld at a great price. I think it is going to give MiyooMini a run for its money for sure. MiyooMini is still #1 for me, but I didn't think that I would really enjoy it as much as I do the MiyooMini. But I am pleasantly surprised, and I'm glad I was wrong about that. I could enjoy this almost as much as the MiyooMini, and I think many of you guys will too. So just to sum this up for you, this is sturdy. It has great material. It doesn't feel like they skimped on quality there. The screen looks great. It has that laminate on it. I love the colors on the MiyooMini of the buttons, but I love the feel of the buttons on the RG35XX. So if you could give me that texture, it's almost the same texture, not quite. If you could give me this texture on a MiyooMini, the MiyooMini would be absolutely perfect for me. The only thing I'm not that impressed with is the sound on it. But again, that's not a huge deal. The viewing angles are great. It's not the best D-pad, but there is a good tension there. And everything is very responsive. The menu, the settings, you have limited settings, but that doesn't really matter to some people. I'm not huge on going in and customizing things like some people. My husband would like to do that. So that's not a huge deal. And it looks good. It didn't have any problems playing these games. The emulation was great. I will say that for the size of this device, they really did a great job of spacing everything out. It feels comfortable. It sits comfortably in your hand. And as you can see on the back here with the shoulder buttons, it's pretty easy to reach them. Overall, I do recommend this device. I think it's a great price. I think it's great quality. And I think you will love it. And if you are one of those people who said the MiyooMini was just a tad bit too small for you, this is perfect. I think you should go pick it up. This is still #1 for me, but this is pretty cool. It's a close second when it comes to the mini devices. But the MiyooMini is a true mini. I just wanted to let you know my initial experience with it and how it compares for me to the MiyooMini, which is my absolute favorite mini handheld emulation device right now. And that basically goes in my purse wherever we are. And I just want to say thank you for watching. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up and also hit the subscribe button. Please share this with your friends. I would greatly appreciate that. And as always, you guys have a game-tastic day.